JJ, just how's this part of camp been going? Obviously, this season isn't exactly like you thought it would be. Now you're a part of a player pool, not necessarily playing minor league games. The fact there is no minor league season, the fact this opportunity is there, how are you kind of handling it?
Handling the day to day, you just gotta kind of go with, what's been given. It's a bummer. Not a lot of guys are playing minor league baseball right now, but you can't worry about that. You got to take this opportunity to get better and be ready wherever the organization needs you because of the circumstances.
A quick follow. What advice do you have for Max Meyer? You being a first round pick a year ago, he comes in, he's doing what he's doing right now. What kind of things did you pick up your first year of pro ball, and what advice would you give him?
Just be yourself. Don't change. Don't change because someone wants you to. You know yourself better than everyone. So just stick to what you've been doing, and just develop relationships along the way.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Jordan, go right ahead.
Yeah. Hey, JJ. What was your biggest takeaway from spring training before everything slowed down or everything came to a stop? And what did you do over those 3 months before everything started picking back up again?
It was just staying in routine. I think that's what I learned the most from the big league guys during big league camp was how they interacted with one another, what did they eat, when did they get to the facility, how they were working out and taking BP, along the lines of that to get your mind and body ready for the season. Now that the season didn't happen the way everyone planned it to go down. So when you're back home, you got to be mature and disciplined with what you're doing in spring training and carry that to what you're doing now.
Tobin, go for it.
Hey JJ, does the situation of the season in your own mind, does it speed up your goal of getting to the big leagues, being in this MLB player pool? And then I guess what's in your mindset of going into a minor league season? You were going to be traveling from town to town, all that type of treatment, different from college baseball. Now you're kind of just be in this hub. How does that, I guess, go through you mentally of what you're going to be going through this year?
For me personally, it stays the same. You got to be patient. You gotta trust your development. You got to trust getting better on a daily basis. And you don't want to rush your process to the big leagues. Although you got to look at this opportunity as, hey, you're basically in AAA. If something happens, you're getting called up, and you got to make sure you're ready to go. So it's just along the lines of that, and control what you can control. So getting better, like for me, just working on my speed, getting your timing back, hitting, and again, just being patient and mature with how things are going and up in the big league system.
Yeah, Craig, go ahead.
Let's see, mute.
Yeah, unmute yourself.
Yep.
There you go.
AJ, I'm kind of curious as to the kinds of conversations that have happened from some leadership to you as to instructing you what to do on a daily basis after you leave the ballpark, and sort of the idea that how important it is for everyone to sort of stay in line at what could possibly either cost or not cost in terms of a season, and how those conversations have went. Thank you.
Yeah, no, that's a good question. It's been very serious because you're putting risk at a lot of other people's lives and their families in danger if you're not going about your business properly and acting mature off the field. I think that's probably the most important thing is going back and staying away from, we call them tier threes, which are people that you don't normally see around the ball field. So people that aren't tested weekly and however it is, like every other day within the facility. So the conversations have been very serious, and you got to take into account that you don't want to disrupt the opportunity you've been given, because again, you're basically in AAA, so you got to be ready if something happens to a guy in the big leagues, that you're ready to go and get called up and be mature with how you're going about your business.
Joe, sorry, do you have another one?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I just want to follow up. JJ, you did kind of note that this is kind of like AAA. Just that the uniqueness of this year, that anything could conceivably be possible. And is that how you kind of looking at it? Like, you don't know that this isn't going to be your year. This could be a year that you're in the big leagues, or this is unprecedented? And are you looking at it as more of an opportunity or just as an anomaly right now?
Right now, I'm looking at it as that, hey, that's my goal, is to get to the big leagues, whichever way possible. And I got to be mentally ready and physically ready to go when that opportunity does come into play. So yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go ahead, Danny.
Yeah, as a follow up to that, JJ, you know how important it's to win from the beginning, knowing that this is going to be a short season with 60 games, and you already have experience with short seasons like in college baseball and high school. So, what can you say about that, and how important it is to win at the beginning, and knowing that those games can help you at the end?
No, that's another good question. I think I was listening to Don Mattingly's interview the other day when he said usually the best teams within the 162 game season, win the World Series. But with this shortened season, it's in anyone's hands, and that's what's so beautiful about it. It doesn't matter what team you are, where you're from. It's just whoever has the momentum and whoever is able to keep that going throughout this 60-game stint is huge. And anyone, especially us, our Marlins organization has a great opportunity ahead of them. And if we just keep doing our thing on a daily basis and getting better and competing, I think we got a good possibility of just keep advancing.
That's it, JJ.
Yep.
JJ, I have a question because they weren't here.
Yeah.
You got to actually stand in the box while Max threw his bullpen today for a couple pitches. Was there anything you picked up on?
I think our draft pick, Max Meyer, our first overall pick with the Marlins. Sorry, do you want me to talk to you? Or
No, that's good. Yeah.
Very athletic on the mound. That was the first thing I noticed right off the bat, was how athletic he is. He's got confident body movements. He pounds the zone, and he's pretty calm, cool, collected on the mound. And as a position player, that's what I like to see out of a guy, out of a pitcher. I mean, that's huge. That speaks volumes on how athletic you are. You don't want to be just a pitcher. You want to be the guy that makes that play when the guy drops a bunt, and he's definitely got that ability and that athleticism on the mound. And it was just fun standing in on him too. That was cool. So.
Okay. Anybody else?
Can I jump in?
Yeah,
JJ, did you ever face Max at any level before? I don't know if you crossed paths with him.
I don't think I've ever faced them because they're Big Ten. So no, the only Big Ten team we faced was Michigan, and that was in the World Series. So never got the chance to compete against them.
Okay, thanks. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.